You know, when you're playing the game for a long time and you have like achieved pretty much everything in the game and you don't know what to do, so you just make something weird and try really hard to make it work because you don't really care about the meta at all and you just want something weird to work for you and you try really hard, and when it does work, you just keep it to yourself and become selfish. No, you share, and that's pretty much what I'm going to do right now. My friend did recommend me this build. He gave me something which I didn't like that much because the damage was a little low, so I kind of doubled the damage. And that's pretty much what I'm going to show you right now. I have a pistol build, which is doing 4 million, or should I say up to 4 million, crits on the body, which is kind of crazy. And I thought this is nice. He actually gave me something with like 2 million. I was like, no, that's not good. People are upset with damage numbers nowadays. So the higher damage, the better, because, you know, that what gets the views, right? So that's what we are doing right now. We're staying with the old is gold kind of theme. So we're using something very classic, very old, and it's working. So let me show you what I mean by that. So this is the first variant, as you can see over here. Now you see Hunter's Fury and you're going to leave the video. Wait, give me 5 minutes of your life trying to explain this thing and it'll make sense later on. Just trust me. I do have a bunch of variants when I talk about it, okay? So first of all, specialization is Technician. It's very important. Gives us +1 skills here, and then also gives us the Artificial Hive, the purple hive, which I'm using right now. It's actually going to help me regenerate my shield health. Every time that juice, the purple juice, hits my shield, it actually kind of regen the shield's health, which is a good thing, which is a really good thing. Now, before I talk about the gears and stuff, let's talk about the weapon itself, the pistol, the main thing, which is the Liberty Pistol. Yes, it still exists. Now, Liberty Pistol is pretty much free to get. Anyone can get this. You just have to do like story or something, like a quest to get this weapon. So if you have those components, just do that and you can craft this. That's very simple. Like you can watch a guide video, maybe like a 3-year-old guide video exists on YouTube. Watch that and still be viable, to be honest. So yeah, you could get that. Now, why Liberty? Because this has a very high base damage. Now, regulars do have a high base damage, but we're not going to use regulars right now because it's a little hard to get than obviously the Liberty. And it's not going to synergize well with the build because Liberty gives us, the damage target out of cover. And this is a crit build, like a pistol crit build, and not a headshot damage one-shot build. So Liberty makes sense here. Also, the talent is really good because every time you hit your targets, you gain 2% of weapon damage, and that can stack up to 30 times. So that's like 60% of weapon damage there, right? Now, you can keep this damage buff all the time with you, unless you're like swapping your weapon and then, or like shooting a headshot. Because when you do shoot an enemy with the head, well, you actually consume the stacks, and that actually regenerates your shield health again. So you have 2 ways to kind of regenerate your shield health. One, obviously, with the pistol, the stacks, and then obviously the Artificial Hive, the purple juice that hitting. So that's pretty good. Now, as for the gear, well, you can see I'm using Hunter's Fury, but I'm using a chest piece. Ew, right? Like, relax. I do have a bunch of options. I'll show you. So we got Hunter's Fury. Obviously, we know how good Hunter's Fury is. We got 2 piece, which gives us SMG damage, shotgun damage. We don't care. We're not using that. We're using a pistol. The 3 piece gives us armor on kill 20% and health on kill 100%, which is really good. 4 piece gives us that 20% amplified damage, enemies within 15 meters, which is awesome because we're using a pistol and we're up close anyway. Now, the second tier of the damage here, which is extra 25% amplified damage, which when you get a kill, like you get 5%, so it stacks up to 5 times, so you have 25%, right? So in total, you basically get 45% amplified damage from this. But it only stays for 10 seconds. But using the chest piece, that 10-second timer goes to 30 seconds. And trust me, I felt with this chest piece is actually good because I can keep the timer for a longer duration, and it obviously gives me that extra damage, which I can't ignore. It's a really good option to do that. Now, if you say, oh, hold on, I want to use a high end, sure, go ahead and use a high end. Now, what high ends can you use? Well, for example, a Sheshka chest piece with, let's say, glass cannon. Yes, glass cannon. You can use that because that gives you also 25% of amplified damage. So that's definitely an option there. Now, you could also use Intimidate talent on the chest piece, but with Intimidate, you need bonus armor. And I will talk about how you can get the bonus armor. Don't worry about that. You can also use talent like Spotter. But for that, you need to use a pulse, like an individual pulse in your skill, because Liberty Pistol cannot pulse. Like it can't hold the laser pointer. It's an exotic, right? So we need another pulse. And if you do that, then you have to play with 4 directives. Oh, I didn't mention that I'm actually playing with 5 directives, did I? Yeah, we're using 5 directives. This is pretty crazy build. So to use 5 directives, you gotta forget about Spotter. Or Spark talent on the chest piece, which requires a skill. like a drone or a turret, you can use that. And when the drone and turret is hitting your targets, you get weapon damage from it. So the only damage talents that on the chest piece is viable for it, I would say Glass Cannon, Intimidate, and obviously the Hunter's Fury chest piece, which I'm using right now. Now, as for the backpack, I'm using the Grupo Sombra here, which gives us 15% of critical hit damage for 1-piece set bonus, and Unstoppable Force is the talent. Now, since I'm solo, it makes sense because every time I get a kill, I stack it up, I get 25% weapon damage. If you're in a group, use Vigilance maybe. If you need a Vigilance backpack, currently there's one available right now. Like it's the gift backpack that is on sale at the Countdown vendor, so you can just buy it. That's a good option. Or you can just use a high-end backpack and change the talent to Vigilance. That also works, yeah. And now, if you want survivability, let's say bonus armor, or you need to activate Intimidate talent, then you can use Bloodsucker talent. Every time you get a kill, you can, stack up the bonus armor. Or everybody's favorite backpack, Memento. That works, yeah? Now, it doesn't give you any crit chance or crit damage, though, but hey, it gives you a lot of weapon damage, bonus armor, and armor regen at the same time. Unfortunately, though, if you're using Directives, again, the armor regen will not work. So you gotta use 4 Directives at that point, or 3 Directives if you're using a skill as well. So yeah, that's the only downside. Otherwise, this works perfectly fine. Now, if you're a new player or your SSD is lower, you want to focus on crit chance. So get as much crit chance as you want, okay? I can afford crit damage because my SSD is higher. So I am using a little bit more crit damage here on my build, you can see, right? But for you, if you need crit chance, then use that. Maybe use a Sheshka piece, instead of the Grupo. Now, for the mask, I have a Coyote because, again, it gives us a lot of crit chance and crit damage. So that's definitely an option here. Now, what other variants we can actually use with this? Well, I just talk about some of them, but I'll show you them in the shooting range as well while I, show you the damage at the same time. So with this one right now, currently, with this setup, so let me just try to build it up real quick. So we just need a few kills, which is actually 5 kills, because with 5 kills, we're going to just proc both the Hunter's Fury as well as the Unstoppable Force. So you can see I'm already doing 2.8 million there. And also the pistols getting the stacks. You can see the weapon damage stack on the pistol. So it's going to go to like 30 stacks. There we go. Now we have full 60% of extra weapon damage. You're doing 3.5 million. You can see as a crit. You can see that 3.5 million. We're also critting quite often because we're focused on crit chance a lot. If I focused on crit damage too much, this will go even higher damage. But we just want to crit more often, so I stay with this. Yeah, but this is good, like 3.5 million damage over here. Now, if you use the other variants, you'll do even more damage. I'll show you that in a moment. But yeah, this is 3.5 million, as you can see, 3.5 million 800 something thousand. Yeah, that's really good damage. Right, now let's just swap and try some different options as well. So first thing I'm going to do is take the chest piece off, and I'm going to use, let's say, Sheshka. And then we're going to use a glass cannon, right? So Sheshka with the glass cannon. So we got 10% crit chance here. Now we're going to swap the mask here and put the Hunter's Fury mask here, which is this mask. Yeah, there we go. And let's try the damage with this. Again, we need to build up a little bit. Don't worry. We'll need this 5 kill. And you'll see we're going to actually hit 4 million with this one because of the glass cannon, obviously. So we do have more damage. So you choose whether you do want that extra 500k damage. Or you want to stay a little bit safer because glass cannon will will kill you pretty much. So you can see I'm hitting 4 million easily. You can see that 4 million there you go, crit. Yeah, 4 million right there. So that's a pretty good damage with the glass cannon. Again, the damage is going to be similar if you're using Vigilance on the backpack, because Unstoppable Force and Vigilance basically same damage. So yeah, that's pretty much the damage. Now let's try the Intimidate, shall we? So we're gonna need a chest piece with Intimidate. I'm just gonna use this Sheshka because the only thing I'm missing here is crit chance. It's okay. Just gonna use that. There's no difference here. It's just the crit chance. And let's try. I mean, we can't use the Memento because we're not gonna get bonus armor from the shooting range. So let's try this backpack here with the Bloodsucker on it. Yeah, so same group of backpack with the Bloodsucker. So yeah, let's try this. So we just need to get a kill to proc the Bloodsuckers, and then we will get the Intimidate. There you go. Intimidate is building up because we have bonus armor. And let's see how much damage we do right now. We're not really critting that often right now because I'm missing like 12% crit chance from both the pieces. But yeah, right now we're doing around, how about that? 3.7 million. Yeah, 3.7 million there. So with the Intimidate, we're doing, 3.9. Okay, so yeah, 3.9. That's good. So 3.9 million right there, which is pretty good. If you optimize it, definitely can hit 4 million. So with the Intimidate, we're also hitting close to like 4 million. With the glass cannon, we're also hitting 4 million. So you can choose whether you want Intimidate or Glass Cannon, or you just want to use the Hunter Fury chest piece and get 3.5 million, 3.6 million, be safe with it, you know, with the Coyote Mask and that. And you get a crit more often with the Coyote, obviously. So that's why I think that with the Coyote Mask and the chest piece of Hunter Fury is a better option. But if you want a little bit more survivability, you can definitely use Memento and then Intimidate. And you're still going to be hitting close to 4 million per shot with it. And again, if you optimize the build and if you use like expertise on the weapon, you're going to be doing even more damage. Plus, that's your own damage. And if you play in a group with a lot of buff, like in you know, Future Initiative, you know, all that extra damage buff from your group members, you're going to be doing close to like, I don't know, maybe 6 million, I guess, like that. I don't know, I'm bad at maths. I'm a YouTuber, okay? Give me a break. So that's pretty much the damage here. As for the crits, we really have very high crits here. Like, especially with the Coyote Mask variant, we were having like around 50% crit chance on the pistol. So yeah, that was pretty good. So give it a try and see, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people will have Hunter's Fury at their stash or something. So yeah, use that and have some couple of like high-end pieces or like the Memento or something, and see which talent you feel comfortable on the chest piece, whether it's the Glass Cannon or the Intimidate or maybe Spotter or Spark, like I said, or just use the Hunter's Fury chest piece. There are a bunch of options you can use, you know. See which one you feel comfortable. Just take it as a template. Try it out. Let me know in your thoughts in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, peace.